Hi, this is Karen Palco from Malaysia Week, here to tell you a little bit about the type of bags your kids should bring on Malaysia Week. I have a range of bags here to show you. I'm going to go quickly. This type of bag is a large duffel. It's really way too big. If you look at the size of it, it's not going to fit under the bus. It's not going to fit in a tent if kids are sharing tents, even in a room, because kids are not in rooms by themselves, they're sharing, sometimes quad sharing. There's no space for a bag this big. This is more of a community bag or bringing food or extra equipment. So this bag out. Even a smaller type of duffel is still too big. If you followed the packing list, you would find that it would fill up approximately half of a duffel this size. And then you just have all that dead space there. No point in bringing an extra big bag. The tendency is to try to fill it up, and then the bag's cumbersome, it's too heavy for kids to carry. So large duffels, out. This type of a bag seems like a good idea. It's attractive. It's got lots of zips. There's zips everywhere and all kinds of nooks and crannies to hide things in. But what we find students do then is they tuck things away and they can't find them. And they're at the end, they're constantly searching their bag. It's like having a backpack with all those extra pockets and you never know where you put things. So even this type of a fancy, smancy bag, out. These wet bags also seem like a great idea. They're attractive, they're fun, they're light, pretty inexpensive. Thing is though, when kids are going in and out of their bags, what we find is they can't close these up very easily. It takes some doing. And again, if you're sharing a tent or something like that, what we find kids do is they just leave them open. And if bags are open and not zipped up, bugs and things get in them. It takes too much effort and time, and they just don't do it. So it seems like a good idea, but not. This type of a bag also seems like a great idea, especially in this weather. You don't want things getting wet. And you know what? It's probably okay to put a bag like this inside of another bag. But the truth is, whenever you have a vertical duffel like this, it's just like having a large backpack. Kids are digging in it and they can't stay organized. They tend to have to bring everything out and put it back in again. So also not such a great idea, unless you're on a river site and it's specific that you have to bring something like this. One of these rolly backpack bags also seems like a good idea. But the problem is when kids have to carry things, even though this has like zip straps and stuff like that, this isn't good for the kid's back. There's no padding on it. It's just a bad idea, okay? And also, we want kids to not roll their bags along. We want them to carry them. It's part of the experience. So these kind of bags seem like a good idea, but we prefer not. A little teeny backpack is what most kids will bring for their needs of the day. This is what they carry on the bus. They go on a short hike if they're doing an excursion or something. In the bag you have your water bottle, hat, mosquito repellent, sunscreen. So just a small bag for the needs of the day. You need this, but it's not big enough to carry everything. So you need something on the bus, and your other bag goes below the bus. This is the perfect bag. It's an IS-Scale Panther bag. Any bag this size, it doesn't have to be an IS-Scale Panther bag, but what's really nice about it, you can see inside, it's wide open, and everything's organized nicely in there. Everything's in Ziploc bags, so kids can pull it out. They don't have to dump their whole bag out when they're packing, okay? It also has a few zips, but at least like this one in particular has some mesh there, so at least if you put dirty shoes or socks or something like that, it doesn't smell. And it's got a couple of side zips there for shoes and extra things like that or dirty clothes. This is an ideal bag. The problem is it's not a backpack. You have to carry it like a sports bag, but it's big enough that you can sling over a shoulder, especially for those sites that you don't have to walk so far to get to. The nice thing about a bag like this with all the plastic Ziploc bags in it is if kids wear their clothes, once they've worn the dirty clothes, they can put it in the Ziploc bag, and as long as they seal it, the smell stays in there. It doesn't stink up their room or their tent or something like that. You can see, like, this is a nice organized bag compared to what we typically find if they don't use it. All their stuff is just thrown in there, and they're constantly just searching through their bag for stuff. Typically, when they're given instructions to get ready for something, they're only given a few minutes to do it, and so organizing them like this is really a good idea. Just make sure their names are on the bag. You can number the bags, write the contents inside of it, as well as write everything that's inside there. Put their name on everything. Otherwise, you might not see it return home. And that's the bag story.